Hello and welcome to the live stream. Alright, I'm just getting my sound all sorted out. It's the funny thing about trying to get everything set up is that no matter what, there will always be something else that you could have or should have done. Alright, so I'm going to be playing some Final Girl. I'm going to be playing a little Final Girl. And I'm excited about that. I have different screens even set up for this, so I'm super excited about that. I have my face. If we had chat going on, I would also have my little chat. Alright, as you can tell by Joe Bean, Josephine is very excited about playing some Final Girl. She said, I want to be the bad guy. She said, I'm not a bad guy. Right, Joe Bean? Alright, so she's very excited about it as well. Alright, I have the killer board, as well as location. When it's time for me to do some shopping, on this little section. Alright, so it's pretty cool. I don't know, I'm very excited. I've been planning to get this sort of a nice robust setup for some solo board gaming, and trying to get the channel all set up for everything. So I don't know, something very nice about that. Josephine does not want to get off the boards though, because she's a little not nice cat. So here we go. So we are going to be at Camp Happy Trails. There's our map. Camp Happy Trails, and we are going to be with the bad guy. The bad guy in this game is going to be Hans the Butcher. Now, the really cool thing about this game is that you can mix and match the different bad guys with any scenario. So you can have the Poltergeist at Camp Happy Trails, or you can have Geppetto the Puppet Master at Maple Lane. So that's really cool. I would like to say I'm a little bit of a purist, where I like them best at their stereotypical locations, really. So, and also with this game, I have the little figurines. I have the figurines for Season 1. I do not have them for Season 2. I find myself not really using the figurines. I actually like the way that the meeples look. So this is a figurine of Hans. I do have the figurines of all of the Final Girls as well. I keep them set up in a different place, so I don't necessarily use them for the gaming. So, but yeah, no, the coolest thing about the boxes is that you're able to just put the little sections that you need, and you can take out what you need. So I don't know, pretty cool. If you have Final Girl, or have you ever heard of this game? It's a really cool system. It's based off of Van Ryder Games' their hostage negotiator system. So very cool stuff. And it's a system where you use cards and you roll in order to do things, and you need to have a certain amount of dice rolls in comparison to your cards to be able to successfully do things. Yeah, this game requires just a little bit of a setup, which when you first learn how to play this game, it seems very daunting, but I actually kind of find it almost like tarot card reading, where it's like very systematic. Alright, so, and then just to show you, I just put those two boards there. There you go. I think you're able to see that fairly well. It's not the best setup in the world, but what can I say? It's the only setup I got. Alright, so that is all set up. trying to see if I can like lay it just a tad bit nicer. Nope. All right. That guy. Okay, I think that's that's better off. All right. So I have set them up. Now I'm going to take my terror cards, mix them together. So with this game, there are 10 rounds, and each round, you have a card that you're able to sort of see what's going on with the situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I have my terror cards. My fate is now sealed. Now I'm going to mix up my setup cards. Now each time that you play this game, you have a different setup that could happen. So the game that we are going to be playing, it's called the Bonfire. So, oh, sorry about that. That's what happens when you're new. All right, so it tells me exactly where I'm going to put my final girl. So my final girl is going to go right here. And it tells me where the victims are going to be. So most of the victims are going to be hanging out at the fire pit. So get that ready. All right, now I'm going to mix up my item cards. Now you see that there are 3 item decks right here, and each of the decks coordinates with a spot. So the first deck coordinates with the cabins right here, the second, the dock, and the third, the utility shed. So there are 4 items in each spot, and I get to flip the first one. So there's a trash can lid, so that is good for shielding myself. That's at the cabins. There's a first aid kit at the dock. And last but not least, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the motorboat keys. All right. All right. So I would be able to use a motorboat to be able to go across the water easily. So I'd be able to take the cabin to over here, or even the cabin to the dock. So it's great for moving quickly. Now we have events. All right. So I did pull my event, and it's called Death Wish. So the event that I'm going to have for this game is during the upkeep phase, move one victim closest to the killer 1 space towards it. Do not count victims currently in the same space as the killer. So that's going to be happening during upkeep phase. All right, so now I get to put out my victims. Put it back on my face. See, look at this. And I even have a chat cam. Hey, hope you enjoy my messy stream. Let's see if it pops up. I don't know, because I've never really done this before. Chat box. It should show up. Oh well. Que sera. All right, so now I'm gonna put down my little meeples. All right, so I'm gonna put Hans right here in that spot. I'm going to put that there. My final girl is going to, I'm gonna lay her down so you can see her a little bit. Hey, Rick Brown. I don't know, I'm gonna see. Let's see if that, I don't think you popped up. Oh, that makes me sad. See if there's any way that I can. All right, let's see. I don't think you popped up for me, Mr. Rick Brown. Rats. It looks like I made the screen for nothing then. All right. So, I have my final girl. I'm going to give Mr. Hans some health. The thing about Hans is that he has 12 health. And the final girl that I'm going to be is Laurie, and she's got like 5. So I'm gonna have to be doing lots of maneuvering in order to do okay. Now I'm going to put 6 people over at the fire pit. So 6 people are at the fire pit having a nice time, not even realizing that there's a crazed butcher on the loose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I know, I was gonna say, I hope I figure out this stuff. That's the reason why I did so many like tests, like little tests that you kept on jumping in when I was like just testing to see how everything sort of worked. So I have the 6 over there, and then we have 2 hanging out at Makeout Point. I know what they're doing. They're making out over there. Makeout Point, and then we have 1 person that was on their way to the pit fire, and another person on their way. So Miss Laurie, I'll show you my Laurie card. So this is my girl Laurie. All right, and each time I save a victim, I get to earn something. So that first one means that I would be able to lose a horror. I'd be able to gain 2 time, be able to gain a heart, gain another 2 time, take an action card, or move 1 space. And the cool thing about that is that when I fill up all those spots, then I'm able to flip it over and gain Laurie's ultimate ability, which is whenever I'm in the same space as the enemy, I will inflict damage to that enemy, an additional hit point. So it's really good for them. Or good for me, not good for them. But with the event that I pulled, I think this is going to be a little bit of an uphill battle. The one advantage to playing against Hans is the fact that he doesn't really move until the end. Until you pull his ultimate, he is just standing still. He is very slow. He's a hefty boy, but he's so slow. And then, so the last thing that I'm going to do is probably one of the coolest things, is that with this game, it's kind of so at the end of a horror movie, right? When the bad guy, can you turn that down just like a smidge? Like, it doesn't have to be turned down all the way, just a smidge. Thanks. Is that when you're at your last token, you're able to flip it and you might gain extra health. So that's like at the end of the movie when you think that the bad guy was killed, but like he's still alive. Like, it's that sort of situation. So I'm going to take these little things, and I'm like legitimately not looking, and I'm going to take 1 for Hans and 1 for Laurie. And I put down 1 for Laurie. All right, so their fates are currently all sealed up. All right, I think that is it for most of the setup. Now I'm just gonna put my cards down. Oh my gosh, there's a cat on the board. No, Josephine. Hi, lady. No, Josephine, I just set everything up. She said I'm the bad guy. No. Oh, I love you, lady. Knock it off. All right, you can say hi. Say hello. Okay. Oh, you're done. You're done, lady. You are so done. All right. She kind of messed things up just Josephine, knock it off. knock it off, lady. Oh, lady. She said, I was just trying to play. You were just trying to play. I love it. I love your energy, lady. All right. This is so... I love my messy stream. All right, and then John Ray's car is going to be getting towed, so I might need to step away even for that. But if so, look at this. I gotta be right back screen. I really did try to think of everything. I don't know. I just wanted to pretend like I could be a real streamer. Like, look. All right. So these cards are the actions that I could possibly be taking. And each of them have a various level of success. So if we're starting with our 0 action cards, we have the walk. We have walk. We also have focus, short rest, and weak attack. And so the thing about it is that we're able to do specific things to various levels of success. And that's where the rolling comes in. So the game is going to start out with me using my zero cost cards and be able to see what I can do. All right. So actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, just making sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. I got everything perfect. All right, Rick. Here we go. So as Laurie. Oh. So Miss Laurie over here. She wants to walk. So I'm gonna roll. And I have a partial success, which means that I don't get to walk right now, but I am able to use 2 of my cards to turn that partial success into a success. So that's what I'm gonna do. And now I get to make 1 walk. I can move 1 space. And I get to lose 1 time, unfortunately, for that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also going to focus. I'm gonna focus so that way I will be less scared and freaked out about everything. But I didn't receive any successes on that. I got 2 partial successes. So I'm going to lose 2 time for that. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to be very successful this turn. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my 3 time and be able to spend that 3 time on some beautiful cards. So right now I am done with my turn. So I'm going to take my 3 time and I'm going to purchase a sprint card so that it'll be easier for me to move to people. And I'm also going to take a card, and it's called Close Call. And the thing about the Close Call is that I can play after any horror roll to reroll 1 die for free, or to reroll all the die for 2 time. And so that will come in handy. So I'm going to now make my change. That's what I call this. I'm going to put back all the stuff that I did use from last turn. Done. So it is the end of my turn. All right. Now here we go. Now it's the terror time. All right. And it says, no one can save you. No one can. All right. So all victims in my space panic twice. I don't have any victims. Nobody's going to panic. All right. So now Hans is going to take a stab. He takes a stab, but nobody's there, so we're good. And now he's going to walk towards victims. Now, the victims that he is closest to it's this guy. So he's going to walk 1 to that person. Done. His move is now done. His terror move is done. Now, he has the ability to do 1 of his own actions, and his action is to just take a stab. He's taking a stab. Nobody's getting hurt. All right. Which means that I need to, on my next turn, I need to be able to get to that guy so that way that guy is saved. Because next turn, that guy is going to try to walk in with Hans. and it's not going to be good. All right. I feel like Hans should be the red little meeple guy. I'm going to do that. I feel like he's hard to see. Okay, I grabbed my Mr. Hans meeple. Here we go. Oop. There we go, Hans. Oh wait, oops. There we go. All right, I got the Hans meeple. All right, he is easier to see now. So now you can see red dot is Hans, pink dot is me. All right, so that's the end of the first round. Excellent. All right, so now it's my turn. And I'm going... All right, so just to let you know, I have a sprint, a walk, and a focus, as well as my close call. So I'm hoping that I can... What I would like to be able to do is I want to be able to move all the way to this guy and to be able to bring them back to this exit. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go on the same space as Hans with my victims. So I'm going to sprint. I'm going to roll my 2 die. Oh, and I got a double success. So with that double success, I'm able to move up to 3 spaces. I'll lose 1 time, which I lost the time. 1, 2, 3. So what I did was I moved my character all the way over here, and I brought that guy down, which is exactly what I wanted to do. All right. So now I'm going to walk again. I'm gonna roll. Come on. I got 1 success and I got a partial. I only need a 1 success, so I'm going to just take the 1 success. So I'm gonna lose 1 time, and I'm gonna move with my people. And guess what? They escaped, so I saved them. All right. With that, I am going to remove 1 horror. So I'm going to calm Laurie down just a little bit. And also, I'm going to give myself the opportunity to gain 2 time. 1, 2. So we're back up to 6. Laurie is going to focus now. Come on. I got 1 success, so I'm going to lose 1 time, and I'm also going to lose 1 horror. Perfect. I'm in a pretty good spot. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty okay. I think, just mentally, I think I'm going to want to maybe go to the dock and try to search for something. Oh, you can come through.
What?
No, you're just cute. So I'm going to... Oh, Rick Brown's watching. John says, hi, Rick Brown. All right, so I focused. I got a 1. I went up. So I am done. I do have 5. I have 5 time. All right, so here we go. I got my little shopping. All right. I call this shopping. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take all of my free cards. So I get a focus, short rest, weak attack, and walk. So I gain all that back for free. All right, now I have 5 that I can have. So I'm going to take a distraction for 3. 1, 2, 3. So now I have 2 more, and I'm going to take that search. Search for 2, and now I am done. I'm broken even. I'm going to make change and put all this stuff back where it belongs, so I am completely done. All right, now it's Hans's turn. That little jerk. All right, so Hans, maybe things are starting to go our way. It says draw the top card of any deck item. So because my deck cards are already good, I'm going to leave it. So basically, I just got 1 free round of not having to deal with anything. Hans is going to stab. Nobody's around him, so it's okay. All right. But with my event Death Wish, one of the people here is going to be wondering, hey, what's that sound over there? Hey, I got to get a better look, even if it kills me. So there's a stupid guy just wandering around, just thinking, oh wow, something's got to be good. All right. So now, Miss Laurie. All right. So I'm going to use my distraction. Now, if I'm able to successfully do this, I will have a great chance of being able to move my horror. Be able to move my horror down, so I'm going to be less scared, so I'll be able to roll more dice. Because I want to be able to mitigate that risk. I got a partial success. I got 1 success plus a partial, which means if I give up a short rest and a weak attack, I'll be able to do it double. That's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gain 2 time, and I'm going to lose 2 horror. 1, 2. So now I'm the least freaked out I can be. I'm good. I'm going to be able to roll 3 dice. So now I'm going to walk. I'm rolling with my 3 dice. All right, and I have a double success. So I'm able to walk 2. I only need to walk 1, which is fine. And now I'm going to lose 1 time for that. And I'm going to search in the spot. All right, and I have a double success for that. So that means that I get to look at the 2 items on the dock. All right, so the first item is the first aid kit, and the second item is pepper spray. So if I use the pepper spray, if the killer is in my space, I may discard it and then immediately end the killer phase. Ignore the remaining movement, attacks, and any other effects. That might come in handy. First aid kit, you get an extra heart. All right, I am more excited about the pepper spray. To be able to systematically just end what he's going to do and not have to worry about it. So I'm going to put that in my backpack, and I'm going to put this first aid kit back. All right. And I need to lose 1 time for that, which I did. All right. Okay, and when I put the item back, the first aid kit, I'm actually, instead of putting it back, I'm going to put it all the way at the bottom. There we go. All right, so that is the end of my turn. I'm going to go shopping again. All right. I'm going to go shopping, and with my shopping, I have 6 to spend. I'm going to get my free items, so I have a focus and a walk that I'm going to gain again. So that's for free. That's for free. And then I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to grab another search for 2. So 1, 2, and now I have 4. You know what? I'm going to sprint. Oh, are they here? Yeah. Okay. You're going to try to not go, right? All right. And then I'm going to grab a planting for 4. And what this means is that I'm going to be able to potentially do more stuff to be able to get more dice. So I'm doing that with my stuff, and I'm going to make change. I don't know why I call it make change, but that's something that I've always said for when I put everything back, or when I reset. I think that's probably the proper term. You reset the stuff that you don't need, but. All right. So I did all that. Now it is his turn. All right. So Mr. Hans Christian Andersen. No, I'm joking. I'm going to flip the tarot deck over. Hans wants me. He's always wanted me. All right. So with that, and the cool thing about this game is that it shows all the symbols. So that first symbol means he's going to focus for the final girl, and he's going to move 2. which currently he moves 0. So he's going to move 2. 1, 2, and he's going to take 1 stab. All right. So now he is right next to me. But luckily for us, he skipped past the other guy. So that was the end of his turn. And then he's gonna take another stab at me. He did 1 stab for the card and 1 stab just as his regular move. And after that,
Yeah, we'll do it.
cool. After that, then he is going to. He's done, but our Death Wish guy, he's gonna come closer. He's like, "Oh, what's that over there? Oh man, it's this scary butcher guy." I was gonna say, Rick Brown. I don't know about you, but if I saw that guy, I would not be coming in closer. He's got an axe. He's got a pig face. That is just not a friendly guy.
What?
No, it's cute. Rick Brown's down there. He said hi. All right. All right. So right now we got a victim in the same space as Hans. I think I'm gonna have to figure something out. So I can't do anything. It is Weirdo Rama, right? All right. So what I'm gonna do. It's so sad because I didn't know that was going to happen. Otherwise, instead of taking the planning, I could have taken a Furious Strike. Or I could have taken something like an offensive. I could be more offensive, but I didn't know that I was going to need it. But I could use this pepper spray. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm super focused. I'm going to search yet again. Hopefully I can find a weapon. Alright, I have 1 success and I have a partial success. I'm going to... you know what? I'm going to swap my focuses. That way it's a double success. Alright, so I lose 1 time for my search. And I get to look at the last 2 items on this deck. Alright, so we have a bear trap. So I could spend 2 time to place a bear trap in my space. And then if the killer enters that space... with the bear trap, you discard the token, and then the killer receives 2 damage. Or I could use a whistle, and then I could spend time to use the whistle once per action phased. Then all the victims adjacent to me will move to my space. Then all enemies will also walk towards me. As long as you have the whistle, 1 additional whistler or 1 additional victim will follow you. I think I'm going with the whistle. So, all right. So, I am done with my search. Completely searched it up. All right. Now I am going to... I think I'm going to walk. And I'm going to see if I can get this guy out of that space. Come on. Oh. All right. So if I got a 1 success and then I get a partial. So if I lose these 2 cards, I will be able to... If I lose these 2 cards, I will be able to move... I'll be able to move that guy out of that space and into safety. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. All right. So that is for 1 time. So my final girl is going to walk into the same space as that victim and Hans and just escort him to safety. I'm going to gain 1 extra movement with my special board, and then I'm moving back into the space with Hans. And guess what? Rick Brown, we're going to get offensive. I got 4. I got 4 that I can have. 4 time. All right, so I'm done with my... Currently, I'm done. And what I'm going to do is... You know what? No. Actually, I'm going to do weak attack. No, I'm not. Sorry. I'm not going to do weak attack. I'm going to end right there, and I'm going to spend my 4. And I'm going to get a retaliate, because I know he's going to try to hit me. So I'm going to grab a retaliate card and be able to negate that damage and be able to hit him back. And hopefully twice as hard. Alright, I am going to make my change. Put my search action back. Perfect. Alright, so I am completely done. I'm in the same space as Hans. I'm like ready there. You know, I have pepper spray. I have a whistle. Other than that, I got nothing. And I'm ready for him. Alright, so Mr. Hans is going to pull the terror card. Alright, he kept swinging his hammer and killing and killing. Alright, so what this one is actually going to force is it's forcing him to go towards a victim. He's going to walk towards a victim and swing. So he's going to move one, he's going to swing and hit a victim. He succeeds, he kills one victim. Then he's going to do the same thing again to another victim. Boom. So he just killed 2 victims. All right. Now over on this, you might have been wondering, what's all this stuff mean? So because he killed 2 people, his bloodlust meter is going to go up by 2. 1, 2. I'm going to gain a horror. So now I'm a little bit more tense because people are actively dying now. And then that's it. And guess what? Now he has a move right here. So that tells us what he can actually do on his killer, his action phase. And he's actually going to take another swing, and he kills one more person. Boom. So he has killed 3 people in 1 turn. Now, because he killed people and people are hanging out here, they're not going to want to stay. During this action phase, guess what they're going to want to do? They're going to want to get the heck out of there. So the first person is going to move to space number 2, which is with me. And the second person is going to move to on space 6, which is up there. Okay. All right. So now with Death Wish, somebody is going to go back to hang out with him again, which is unfortunate. I really don't want that to happen, but it's got to happen. And now it would be much better for me if this person did it, but because of that, I'm actually going to go with the way that it's less convenient. One of the rules in the book for this game says that when you're making a choice between 2 different things, you can either do whatever thematically makes more sense. So I could say, oh, well, like, obviously that person would want to hang out with me instead of going back. Or you could go with whatever's hardest, like whatever is least convenient for you. And that's the way that I think it should be played. So he just went back, so that's it. So now it's my turn, and now, I don't know if you can see, but I have one guy over here, I've got one guy over here, and Hans. So I have 1 walk. Huh. Alright, so what So I can use my whistle right now for 1 move. I'm going to use my whistle, and now each person that's adjacent to me will move into my space, but so will Hans. All right, so now we're like a happy family. It's Hans, me, and Kayla and Carly. We're all hanging out together. All right, except for now, I'm going to use my handy dandy walk card and try to get the hell out of there. All right, so I still have 3. Oh shit, that's not cool. So I have a 0, a 0, and I have a partial. So what I can do is I can use 2 cards to be able to translate that partial into success, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to lose 1 time, and I'm going to be able to move them to the exit, and they are going to escape. So I have saved them. I'm going to gain 2 extra time. 1, 2, and I'm also going to take an action card. Going to take a sprint card. All right. So this is actually a really good situation. I've rescued 5 people. All I need to do is rescue one more person to get my super Laurie mode. So that does come in handy. I have a sprint. You know what? I'm gonna sprint. See if I can move 3 spaces. Guess what? I got a double success. So I'm gonna be able to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. I'm running all the way up the cliff. I'm running up that hill. You running up that? I'm running up that hill. I'm getting to them. All right. The only thing that I have currently is a retaliate. I'm going to move the 1 time. So I can't do anything. So I'm done. I'm going to take my free items. All right. So I have 4 items now. Or I have 4 cards now. I have 5 more time that I can spend. I'm going to spend 2 for sprint. 1, 2. Now I have 3. I'm going to take improvise for 3. So what improvise does is it makes it so that way you're able to turn your 3s and 4s, your partial successes, into regular successes to help mitigate that risk. I'm going to make my change. Got my sprint. Weak attack, short rest. All right. So I am completely done. All right, Mr. Hans is all by himself over in that section, but the terror card might teleport him closer to us. I don't know. And then it says he just keeps coming. So I'm going to go up a horror. All right, and then he's going to go towards either. He is going to either go towards a victim or towards me, and he's gonna walk. All right. All right. I'm gonna be right back. Hello. Hey.
Can I buy that Sonic game?
I guess you can buy the Sonic game if you really want it. Well, you also just wanted to get it for Icarus, right? Yeah. You can get the Sonic game. Hey, sorry about that. I actually had kind of a social emergency that I had to deal with. Hello. I don't know what I was doing. Rick Brown, I don't know.
Gosh, your dad's a saint already.
I know. I'm so sorry that you had to wait with my scary music. I have a scary background music going on. Hopefully it loops. If it doesn't loop, I would be upset. You don't know what's going on either. I know. That's the funny thing about like board gaming. I'm like, I don't know what I was doing. But here we go. Here's the killer in the location. Um, John Ray just purchased a game, which is fun. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. All right, so I think I just purchased my items. I think I just purchased my items, so now I'm going to be able to do Hans's move. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna be happening right now. Editor display. I don't want editor display. I just want the regular display. Stream preview. There we go. All right. I'm so sorry. Give me one more second, Rick Brown. As John Ray said, you are an absolute saint. All right, here we go. Editor, stream previews. Editor display. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, my screen was all like jumbled up, and I wasn't able to see what was going on. Honestly. All right, so here we go. So now it's Hans's turn. I'm pretty sure we're on Hans's turn. So we have fire. All right. So this means I'm going to roll, and then one of the decks is going to have a fire. Hopefully, no, it's the cabins. The cabins are currently on fire, so all victims in that space are killed, and I have to discard all of the items in that space, which is terrible because I didn't get any items from that space. So that automatically means that the only stuff that I'll be able to like potentially get is the stuff over in the utility shed. So that's not good, but we got to deal with it. All right, so that happened. Hans now is going to do his little stabbing motion. I always do that so that way I know he moved. And then, luckily for me, um, the kids are going to head towards Hans, but they actually saw me, and I'm like, "Whoa, you can't go that way. We got to like get out of here together, guys." So that is the end of the round. Now, luckily for me, I have some really good items, so I am going to use my whistle. I'm going to use one time to be able to use my whistle. So now his friend met up with me, but also Hans is one step closer, and I'm going to use my sprint card. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not sprinting. I lied about that. I'm going to try to focus. I'm going to focus because I focused, but unfortunately, nothing happened. I did get a one partial success. So I'm going to use a focus. I'm going to use a focus and a walk to be able to move up. Uh, so I lose one horror, and I lose one time, and that's the end of it. So now for my next move, I'll be able to roll 3 dice. So I'm going to try to sprint. I'm going to try to sprint with my 2 people. Come on, guys. Yes, I got a double success, so I'm going to move. I'm able to move 3, but I'm going to only move 2, and I'm going to save one of them. And then I'd be able to gain a heart, but I don't need to. And what that means is now I have Laurie's, um, I have her special ability now. So now I'm able to do an extra damage when I'm on the same space as Hans, which is pretty cool. And the reason why I did leave one person on that spot is because a lot of times with the terror deck, there will be a caveat that says if there are no victims on the board, please flip an additional card. So a lot of times, if you have a board that doesn't have any victims on it, the game will not reward you for that. So I'm leaving an extra person on there as a sacrificial lamb if need be. All right, so I have 4 time. I'm done with my action phase. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do a little bit of shopping right now. All right, so I have 4 that I'm able to do. All right, I'm going to. I'm gonna grab my free items, which is always nice. I'm gonna sprint and I'm gonna search. So that takes up my 4. I'm gonna make my change. I made my change completely. All right, so now it is Hans's turn. The terror deck says that. Oh no! I have the terror deck. It's so funny. The terror deck says, "I fell asleep. What did I miss?" And so a person is going to come out of the rubble of the fire. They're like, I was asleep. I was asleep in the cabins. Like everything's so smoky and destroyed here. Unfortunately, I am going to gain 2. I'm going to gain 2 horror. 1, 2. So now, unfortunately, I am back to rolling only 2 die, which is not fun. I spent so much time trying to. I spent so much time trying to make that work. Que sera, though. All right. So. Oh, but luckily for me, I did just remember that the person that's closest to him. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the person closest to him is going to move closer. That's already done. All right. So now Miss Laurie is going to sprint. All right. I have 2 partial successes, which sucks. That's not fun. So I'm going to use a walk and a rest, or I'm going to use a walk and I'm going to use a short rest and a weak attack. And walk and improvise to turn that into a regular double success. So I'm able to go 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm able to search. All right. So I'm able to search for 1 time. And so I get to take the top item. So I am able to take the motorboat keys. So there's a boat right here. Here, wait, I'll show you. All right, so I have a boat right here. Actually, I'm gonna flip it. That way you can have an easier time seeing it on stream. Right there, so there's a boat. So with the boat, I'm able to use 2 time and be able to go to any space that's along the edge, with the exception of, I don't think you should be able to do it with Makeout Point because those trees are there. I'm done. That was not a highly successful turn. The turn really kind of sucked, honestly. I have 4 time, so I'm going to take all my free shit. I got my free stuff, and I'm going to grab search and 2 close calls. That'll bring me to the 4, and I'm done. Got to make my change now. All right, so put the search back. I got all the free ones. Improvise and sprint. All done. All right. Now let's try to figure out terror deck wise where we're at right now. All right. An event. I don't like events. It says, "That girl, what's her name? She can help us." Place 2 new victims in the space where you started the game. All right, so look at all these victims. See, I was afraid of not having enough victims. Look at that. Boom. All right, so 2 new victims. We got to add an extra horror, and now we have to make an event. All right, so the event is a secret tunnel. This tunnel was the best kept secret of Randy teenagers, but now it might save my life. So now I'm able to put 2 tunnel pieces going from the different locations. So either the utility shed, dock, cabins. I'm able to interlink 2 spaces together. So I'm going to do where I'm at now, the utility shed, and I'm going to do the cabins as well. So right now, this space where I'm at and this space are essentially right next to each other because of the tunnel. All right. Hans is going to do a little stabbing motion in front of nobody, which is A-okay. And guess what? I don't really mind. I don't really mind. He's not stabbing anybody. One person is definitely going to go closer to him, which I don't love. But that is it. That was actually not a bad round. We do have 2 more terror cards available to us. Hans has 12 hearts. We haven't done any damage to Hans yet. Not feeling so great about this. All right. So for round 8, I'm going to search. I'm going to search because the reason why I haven't really been attacking him is because I wish that I had some more stuff. I got 0, so I'm going to use 2 time to be able to roll both of them again. And I got 0 again, so I'm going to use 2 time to be able to roll yet again with my close calls. I got a partial success. And now I'm giving up some stuff to make it a double success. So, all right, the 2 items that I did find, I found an energy drink as well as fireworks. All right, I'm going to choose the fireworks. And then it says that I can spend 2 time to place the fireworks token in a space or an adjacent space from me. And then when the killer must try to go towards something, he'll try to go towards the fireworks. And I think that sounds like an excellent plan. So I do have 2 time, so I'm actually going to do that 2 time right now. 1, 2. So now I don't have any more time, and I don't have shit, but I am able to put the fireworks right over here. So now Hans will be trying to target the fireworks as opposed to the kids, which is really good. All right, so now I'm going to make my change. I can't buy anything, which is unfortunate. Oh, but I do get my free items. Nice. Okay, so we got walk, focus, 2 close calls, and I got my search. Excellent. That's actually really great. Terror card. He just keeps coming. All right, so he's going to target the fireworks, and then he's going to make 1 movement towards the fireworks, and he's going to stab. He stabs from the terror card, and he stabs from his actions. Guess what? He's done. He's in the lake. I hope he can swim. All right. All right. So now, oh, and then the person that's closest goes a little bit closer, so that happened. All right. I can't do shit. I'm not happy. I don't love this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm going to try to focus right now. See if that'll help things. I have 2 partial successes. I'm going to turn that into a success. I'm going to lose a horror, and I'm also going to use up 1 time. to make that happen. And guess what? I'm not going to do anything else. I have 5 time and I want to be able to use it. I want to be able to use my 5 time. All right, so I'm going to take my free items and I'm going to make change. All right, so I'm gonna, with my 5 time, I'm going to search for 2. 1, 2, and then I have 3, and I'm going to get distraction. And that's it for that. Beautiful. This is my last terror card. Run for your life. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw another terror card. Otherwise, all victims that are not in your space must panic. Okay, so everybody's panicking. All right. All right, so my friend right here is going to panic and is going to walk down 1. My friend over here at the exit is going to go to space number 2. My friend over here is going to go to space number 5. Oh, he's walking towards me. That's good. My friend over here is going to go towards space number 2. Same exact space as Hans. All right, now Hans is going to take a stab at someone. So he stabs my friend over there. I'm going to gain a horror due to the bloodlust. Whew, not fun. All right. And that is it. Now, it's funny. So, now the terror deck is done. That means I have to flip over for our finale. All right. So, the minor dark power that he receives is whenever Hans attacks you at least once, he attacks an additional time. So, if he would have gone up to... If he would have gone at least halfway up the bloodlust meter, he would have gained that ability. But I sort of kept him in check the entire game, so that wasn't an issue. So when he attacks me, he gets to attack an additional time, which sucks. And oh my gosh, his finale card is actually an epic finale card. And what this means is that when he attacks me, so now when he attacks, he's going to target me, so not towards any of the other people, and he's going to be able to move 3 times. So he's going to be able to make 3 movements towards me, and then attack me 3 times plus the additional time. This isn't good. Rick Brown, I don't think I'm going to make it. Yeah. Damn. This sucks. But also, can we just take a second to like really look at how cool this card looks? Like, that's so epic. So this is how I'm able to like keep track of like what happened. So he's gonna like go after the girl, be able to make 3 movements, and be able to attack 3 separate times. So like you might be able to do 2 spaces per movement. So that would be able to move 6 spaces. So it can get a little fuzzy. Yeah. All right. I don't know how we're gonna be able to do this, but you know what? That's why they call us the final girl, right? We saved enough people. Guess what? It's time to fucking get him done. I'm sorry, I just cursed. That's not good. All right. So now Hans is going to... Okay. So that stuff is done. We reset, boom. All right. Okay, I'm going to do my distraction. I want to be able to do my distraction. I have 1 success, so I'm able to lose 1 horror and gain 1 extra time. I am going to search. All right. I receive 1 success, so I'm able to take the top item, which is exactly what I wanted. I got a knife. So now I'm able to do an additional damage. Plus, with my final ability, I'll be able to do another additional damage, which kind of rules. I'm going to focus 1 more time. I have a partial success. For focus... Alright, I'll do it. I'm able to use my 2 walk cards to turn that into a 1 success. And so I'm going to lose a horror and gain 1, or only lose 1 time, as opposed to losing 2 times and not getting anything good out of it. Alright, so I have my 1 last card, which I'm not going to use, and I get to buy 6 items worth of stuff. So I'm going to do another distraction, and I'm going to do an improvised. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make my change. Distraction. There we go. Just a little bit. That's fine. All right. So now the bad guy. Is it a hologram? No, it's not a hologram. Um, these cards are so cool. So the other cards just they don't have the additional blood. That's how you can tell if it's like the epic finale. So like there are other finale cards which are just okay. I think it was just the glossiness that made it kind of look like holographic. But it's so epic. Like look at him. Like with this card, he's gonna hit so hard. Like I have to actively actually I I'm gonna have to like I don't even know what I can do to honestly like not die because like he has all of his he has he has all of his health. I don't. I think maybe I should have been trying to whittle him down, maybe a little bit. I think if I didn't have that finale card, I would have been in a really good spot. But that's the worst ability that he can have. That's his epic ability. All right. Let's see. All right, so he is going to. He's gonna. So there's no terror deck card, so he gets to now. He's gonna move. So he's gonna move. He's gonna move 3, 1, 2, because he's moving to the fireworks. All right. So now the fireworks are gone. That's done. Fireworks are done. Check. He went to the fireworks. 1, 2, 3. Wait, he was here. 1, 2, and then he's going to go down here. 3. He's on the same board as this guy, so he's going to kill that guy because he's there. And he's like stabbing 1, 2, 3. So he killed the guy 1. And 2, 3, he did nothing. All right, so now it's my turn, being the beautiful final girl that I am. I'm going to blow my whistle. All right, nobody's around, but that still leads him to me. So now he's in my space. I lose 2 time for blowing the whistle, which is fine. And I am going to... Rick Brown, I thought of something cool that I can do. So I am going to use my distraction to try to gain an extra. I'm going to... All right, so I didn't get a single success. I got 2 zeros. So with 0 success, I'm either able to lose a horror and lose 4 time, or just gain a horror and only lose 2 times. So I'm gonna lose the horror and lose 4 times. So that ends my turn immediately. All right, but that's good because I have 3 die, which I'm really happy about. So I have 3 die. 1, 2. I'm able to give up 2 cards to gain 2 time. And then I'm able to buy a guard. So I'm good with that. And I'm also gonna give up another card to gain 1 more time, and I'll exchange it for a close call. And then I'll get my free items, and I'm done. All right. Now, the reason why I did all that stuff was to prepare for the fact that he's going to attack me 4 times now. Now, the odds of me staying alive with these 4 times, it's not looking good, Rick. It's not looking good. All right. So, but the good thing about it though is that I am able to roll 3 die. I just thought of something really cool. I have my pepper spray. I can cancel it when I feel like it. I can cancel it, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So he's going to try to attack me, but I'm going to retaliate. I get to roll my 3 dice. Wait, I need like a good die roll. I could not have done a poorer job with that. Okay, I got a 0, a 0, and I got a partial success. Ugh, that's not good. That sucks. I'm going to... For 1 time, I'm going to reroll, or for 2 times, I'm going to reroll all my dice again. Okay, I got 2 partial successes. That's still really bad. All right, I'm going to give up 4 cards. Rick Brown. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. All right, so I am going to give up 2 cards. I'm going to give up my 2 walk cards. No, I'm going to give up my focus and a walk and be able to make it into a partial success. So I'm going to, instead of him hitting... Okay, so I get to hit him for 3. 1 for being in the same space as me, 1 for my weapon, and 1 for my card. So he goes down by 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. I'm going to use my whistle now. Or not my whistle. I'm going to use my pepper spray. And it says that if the killer's in your space, you may discard this immediately and end the killer phase, ignoring the remaining movement and attacks and any other effects. So he cannot do anything. He's done. All right. He's completely done. All right. So now I have 4 movement. Or I have 4 time. I can use the tunnel because he can't use the tunnel. So I'm going to use my walk, and I'm going to roll my 3 die. All right, excellent. So I can move once. Rick Brown. I'm moving once, but I'm moving through the tunnel, so I am at the burnt up cabin. All right, I'm done. I'm not going to do anything else. I move that 1 space. Done. I have 3 time now. So I'm going to get all my free shit. And I'm going to... Furious Strike. I guess I'm going to grab a sprint. Search, distraction, critical blow. Wait. I had the guard, so I'm going to give up the guard. That way I can make it 4, and that way I can grab the Furious Strike. And I'm done. I'll make my change. Retaliate goes there. Done. All right. All right. That guy should be there. Because somebody should have moved closer to him. I forgot to do that. I was not trying to cheat. All right, so now it's Hans's turn. Hans is able to move... He's able to move 6 towards me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we go. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is crazy. Alright, so here he goes. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. He's right with me now. Oh, all right, here we go. All right, so he hits me once. He does 3 damage. He goes to hit me twice. And then remember, so this really sucks. So this is my final token. All right. This is my final token. If there's extra health on there, we get to continue playing. If there is no more extra health, he has killed me. All right. Because he hit me for 3 damage and another 3 damage, and I only have 5 damage. So let's see what it says. No! Rick Brown! I have just died. Oh, and the music turned off too. The timing of that is phenomenal. Oh, Rick Brown. I can't believe it. We died. I am a goner. It looks like Little Miss Laurie was no match for Mr. Hans. Now, just to show you, just because I want you to be able to see the fact that, like, this card, this is the worst card that you can pull. That is absolutely the worst card that you can pull. So instead of getting that, so if I would have pulled this card, I think we probably would have won. So this card is called Dark, Darker, Darkest. So instead of having like a superpower, I would gain another minor power. And I think we would have been fine if I had to deal with like another minor power and to only hit for 1. So he would be more agile, be able to move more, but he would only do 1. And this one's called Bloodbath, and he'd be able to do 2 additional damage, or to do 2 attacks, as opposed to doing moving 3 and doing 3 attacks. Like that literally and like crazy. So I don't think you were on when I was explaining this game, but this game is a modular game. So each of the components are meant to really be mix and matched. There are 3 different, not 3. Each season comes with there are 5 different scenarios that you can play with. I'll show them towards the end. I'm just trying to get everything just a little bit sorted out. So yeah, so this is something that this is a game that I'm super excited about. They've released 2 different seasons of it. The first season is definitely it's definitely horror themed. Well, I mean, they're all horror themed, but the first season is like, so Hans is somewhat similar to like Jason, and Camp Happy Trails is definitely supposed to be similar to Camp Crystal Lake, but also there are different scenarios. Here we go. I was gonna tease it, but I can't help it. I don't want to explain it without showing it. I feel like that's just mean. All right, so this pack is this is the Poltergeist pack, and so this is the Poltergeist at Creech Manor. Oop, upside down. And so for this pack, you are actively trying to find like this little girl. You're trying to find this little girl and actively escape with the little girl. And if she doesn't have her doll, you won't be able to leave. If she needs the little doll, and like you can't do any damage to the poltergeist. So that's the Poltergeist. This one is based on the Incan Bayou. So this is the Inca Bayou at the Sacred Grove. So this is like a rage god that is after you for being on sacred land. So I'm not too familiar with the lore of the Inca Bayou, but Geppetto, we have Geppetto at the Carnival of Blood. And so the cool thing about the Geppetto is that he has these puppets that are attached to him by strings. So the puppets can only move like two spaces away, and they do damage. And last but not least is Dr. Fright at Maple Lane. So Dr. Fright, there's Dr. Fright at Maple Lane. And with that one, you have two different modes of play where you're either asleep or awake. So if you're awake, Dr. Fright can't do anything to harm you. So it's definitely, Freddy Krueger. One of the funnier things is, so my niece, when she was like very little, was very into Five Nights at Freddy's. And I unfortunately, I showed her that. So my mom will always be like, "You ruined Julie because you showed her that Five Nights at Freddy's." Well, kids like things that are slightly scary. It's not incredibly scary. Especially Five Nights at Freddy's is very like pop out, sort of shocking, more so than like gory. It's more the implied nature of scariness than actually seeing something very grotesque. So I showed my niece, Five Nights at Freddy's, and so she became enamored with it. And the really sad part is that one time she was hanging out at my mom's house on the laptop, and I think she typed in like Freddy, and she like got freaked out, and like my mom was like, "Were you looking at something you weren't supposed to? Something really scary?" She's like, "Yeah." So I think she probably saw some Freddy Krueger stuff and was like actually like really scared, as opposed to like silly scared. I'm not proud of that, but then again, also I'm not the one that gave her a laptop that had access to it, so not my problem. What? I'm not a piece of. John Ray just called me a piece of garbage. It's like you're a real piece of work. Showing that little child Five Nights at Freddy game. Like nowadays, people make animations of all sorts of stuff. So I don't know, these kids with their scary stuff, which is actually really funny because growing up, I hated scary things. I hmm? I was scared of everything. I was scared of everything. Well, especially, I think part of it also comes down to like being raised up in the church. Like even I don't know if you guys ever like walked past like if you go to like an East meets West sort of store, and they have like pyramids and stuff, and they show like the pyramid guys with like the weird heads, the animalistic, sort of stuff. Like that stuff like freaks me out, and like I don't know, like, and that stuff like even now, like I'll like run past it just because it legitimately kind of scares me, the iconography. So I don't know. I've always been a little bit of a baby, but with time, I think the really cool thing is that a scary movie, like the lore of a scary movie is really sort of interesting and kind of like fun in and of itself. Like a lot of times, like the background behind, the reason why the scary person is so scary is pretty interesting. Um, I don't know. I think that that's like the cool part about it. All right, now I'm putting away all my little pieces because if you don't put away your pieces right with this game, life is just 10 times harder. All right, so Happy Trails is done. Excellent. And then the cool thing is that they're like little parts to put in for everything, so that way you keep all your stuff nice. And then the cool thing is that this map is actually the cover. So it's for Cap Happy Trail Camp. Keep on saying Cap Happy Trails. Okay, Richard. Okay, Rich, that's my theme. Okay, Richard. Rich Kirk. All right, so this is all him. Fun fact, I'm going into the city tomorrow to see a play. I'm going into the city because there, um, it's funny, John Ray kept on doing John Ray kept on doing, going to see shows based on the lottery system. And he saw a show that I wanted to see. I read back when it was just a regular play. So John Ray saw a show that I really wanted to see, and it's gonna be leaving Broadway. So I figure, you know what, I might as well see it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna start entering into the lottery to see if I can actually get. I'm gonna enter in the lottery system to see if I can actually go see this play. So I entered yesterday for 2 tickets. I didn't get it, which I'm happy about. It rained. It was pouring cats and dogs today, so that it would not have been fun to walk in the city when it's like pouring rain. But and then John Ray, he said that he was supposed to be going to his mom's house tonight, but he got a flat tire, so he wasn't able to go. So last night I said, you know what? I'm gonna put in for 1 ticket then, because you can't change the amount of tickets once you win. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna put in for 1 ticket, see if I get it. If I get it, I'll go. And I ended up winning. So I bought my ticket, and then John Ray he packed his bags and he had all of his stuff to be able to go see his mom. And guess what? He got a flat tire. So now he would have been able to go see the play with me, but I already bought my ticket. I bought 1 ticket, so looks like I'm going into the city all by myself. I even bought my train ticket because I did not want to freak out about trying to get tickets and stuff. I don't know about you, but I get anxious about that sort of thing and like making sure, oh, do I have everything? Like, it's fine. Just relax. All right. So because you guys were so good in waiting while I cleaned up some stuff, I'm able to show you the other scenarios that I have. I'm just happy I get to show off my stuff. All right. So all right. So all right. Here we go. All right. So I have more stuff. This is bad. I don't know. All right. So I'll go over the first ones again. So we have Hans at Camp Happy Trails. We have the Poltergeist at Creech Manor. We have Incan Bayou at the Sacred Groves. We have Geppetto at the Carnival of Blood. And last but not least, for season 1, we have Dr. Fright, which is an amazing pack, at Maple Lane. And then for season 2, all right, for season 2, I'm trying to go in order. Okay, so season 2 was definitely like more of the sci-fi style movies. So we have, and that totally looks like Ellen Ripley, right? So we have, in which case that character's name is Ripley. We have the Evomorph, or the Evomorph, at the USS Conrad. So you're in space and there's an alien. We have the Organism, right? We got the Thing at station 2891. Trying to go in order. We have the Intruders. So this one's really cool. At the Wingate Cottage. At the Wingard Cottage. And the cool thing about this one is that like each game has like its sort of own theme and its own special spin. Um, we have the big bad wolf. This one's kind of cute. In the storybook woods, and one of my favorites, we have the Ratchet Lady at Wolf Asylum. And then for season 3, they had like an extra special thing that like you could like purchase. Where actually it was, I think it ended up being like $5 with all the stuff that they were able to fundraise. So and then this is holographic, and this is like a special pack. So this is Krampus at Santa's Village. And the cool thing is that so you're able to, if I wanted to, I could have Krampus. I would be able to have Krampus on one side and then have like the Wingard Cottage or Krampus on Maple Lane. And that's why like when you saw me like sorting through my stuff as I was putting it away, that's like to make sure that everything is in its like rightful spot. That way it makes it easier for when you're going to play the game. So all right, so if you were able to watch this stream, Mr. Rick Brown, I just want to say thank you very much for your support. That's awesome. I see that there's also another viewer, so thank you as well. If you wanted to, you could like. I already know that you're subscribed, so you are A-okay with that. Yeah, I definitely missed being able to stream and be able to do some fun stuff online. I missed it. I wish I was able to get this chat working. That kind of sucks. Just because I'm trying to be all funky. I was trying to be like the cool kids. That's like one thing that like a lot of people would end up doing is having their stuff on stream, their like chat on stream, which is kind of cool. Chat box. So, I don't know. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so I just want to thank everybody for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. And if there is if Hans the Butcher is after you, it is important to focus, but you want to make sure that you're able to do some damage along the way, because I think if we didn't get that finale card, we probably would have done a little bit better. If we didn't have that specific finale card, we probably would have been just a little bit better. But always try to do damage as you go, as opposed to waiting towards just the end. So that would be my tip for if there's a scary madman on the loose. I know, right? Yeah, I was gonna say. Who knows? Maybe. Um, all right, all right. I was gonna say, um, if not that, then something else. But I'm hoping that the time frames would be able to work out, because that was definitely fun. But if not, even just doing some solo gaming is also fun as well. All right. Well, I hope you're doing well. Um, I'll catch you next time. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.